San Diego is one of the few places in the world that can boast a Mediterranean climate year-round. One of the others being the Amalfi Coast in Italy, which is claimed to be one of the most beautiful coastlines in all of the world. I'm here with top producing real estate agent Jesse Salas, who's going to show us a beautiful slice of Italy right here in San Diego. Let's learn a little bit more how you could be living La Vida Dolce. Mr. Jesse Salas, always finding the incredible gems throughout San Diego, so thank you very much for that. And today, you brought me to Italy.
I did. I brought you to Italy. No, not really, but it feels like Italy,
It really
right?
does, yes.
We're in a beautiful courtyard right here, and it's the definition of an Italian villa.
Yes.
The feel, the smell, the look, everything about it, it's just amazing. So we have Bob here, our homeowner. Bob, please tell us a little bit about this home.
Well, it's kind of the culmination of a dream. I
love
went
that.
to Italy in the 90s and I fell in love with everything, the people, the language, the food, the wine. But the thing I liked the most was the architecture. And I decided then that I wanted to build an antique Italian villa. And since then I've built two. This is the second one. This is the one I built that I wanted to incorporate all the old world elements.
And it's so beautiful. And it's in Cielo, which you were telling me means heaven or the skies in
Right.
Italy, and it's perfect.
What better place?
How
Yes.
perfect, right? Bringing a little bit of the old and the new here with modern features. This is a true gem here in Rancho Santa Fe.
And speaking of gems, when we're walking throughout this house, you have these little hidden gems, one of which is called Casa de Leon. Am I saying that correctly?
Casa de Leone.
And why is that?
That's the House of the Lions. And the reason being is that when I had this vision in my mind of building this house, I started accumulating architectural elements. And it became obvious for whatever reason, maybe just circumstance, but many of the elements had lions in them. So the house kind of took on its own name by virtue of the elements in the house.
Yes.
As you explore the home, especially now knowing that, you see lions everywhere, and it's a beautiful thing. As I was doing my own research and looking at a lot of Italian art and history, it's just standing out to me. So it's really neat to be able to see it, almost like searching for Easter eggs.
It's fun. You're walking around and they're just, hidden a little bit on the sink, over the fireplace. Just
Subtly,
these beautiful
yes.
pieces.
Well, part of that, I think, comes from Dina Gillespie. She was the architect in Cielo. You have to have an architect. I worked well with her, and she was able to kind of uncover what I was thinking and bring it all together.
Bob, you got to share. There's so much going on with this house. I mean, besides just feeling like an Italian villa, there's a lot of history here. So I know you've done a lot to bring in a lot of antiques and to not only make it look real, but it really is real. I mean, there's some historic stuff here. Tell me one of your favorite pieces here.
Well, one of my favorite pieces is the tile piece in the courtyard. And what this piece is about 150 years old, and the tile elements are about 4 inches thick, and they represent earth, wind, fire, and water, the 4 elements. They're all hand-painted, so that's one of my favorites.
I'll tell you, one of the pieces I like happens to be the stone out in the front. Now, give us a little bit of the background behind that.
Well, again, you don't know if this is truth or fiction, but the story,
truth.
right, the story that was told me was that it was done by the stone carver for the Vatican. And shortly after doing my piece, he unfortunately died of a heart attack at age 46. So
It's a treasured piece. Even walking in here, you have a bell tower. I don't think anybody has a bell tower in
With a real
Cielo.
bell. I mean, this isn't like a speaker bell sound. It's my favorite thing, to be able to ring that bell. Yeah, it's a pretty neat feature.
But you also brought things specifically from Italy as well. You said from the tile flooring to...
well, this is from a monastery, supposedly. These are antique terracotta tiles, built-in Vitri fountain. Most all of the elements are either, if not Italian, European of some sort. So.
Your doors, right? I mean, that's
well,
another
the
big one.
front door is 1890s. That's from Spain. There's 6 of the courtyard doors that are from 1920s Italy. Little story behind that, they had to add 2 inches because in 1920s, there weren't 6'8" doors. They were 6'6".
I'm still good. I'm still
Yeah,
good. I'll fit right
we
in.
fit.
Well, unfortunately, the modern code is, and we had to meet coding requirements, we had to add 2 inches to all of them. But
I love it. And even the things you couldn't find and bring from Italy, you made a modern twist on it. You were showing us this beautiful book from Italy, and you actually replicated the entire benches outside.
right. That idea I took from, there's a 5-star hotel in Positano. It's called Hotel San Pedro. And basically they have these benches that ring their entire area, dining area. And they're absolutely gorgeous. So I kind of captured that idea and made it into tile benches.
And that's the point of this, right? The story, there's a story behind everything. Besides just being beautiful and the amazing views that you have out to the coast and the beach, there's history here. I mean, you can give a tour of this house to your friends and to your family. It's gonna take about an hour and a half or so just to explain everything, and you don't wanna miss anything.
Yes.
It's rare to find anything like that. And I know you have a beautiful, in Cielo, beautiful homes. But a lot of those homes, it's the flavor of the month. A lot of real modern stuff that's in 1 minute and then out the next. This is truly a timeless home,
Yes.
something that's going to be appreciated
And it
for years
feels
to
like
come.
a home.
It does.
100% feels like a home.
Yeah, I think there's relatively few homes you'll find that have 5 stained glass windows from the 20s and 4 tile murals. I mean, it does have a lot of features that, you know, became a labor of love.
Yeah, there's a lot of love here.
Yes. The modern meeting the old world, and you're doing something very incredible with this old world Tuscan Italian villa.
Yes, we got a little bit of old world meeting new world. So this home we are going to be listing on the market very soon, and old world being this house, new world being our Harcourt's auction process. So as you know, our auction process with Harcourt's, we're the only ones that are doing it.
Yes.
We've had just so much success with it. We listed about 1,000 last year, and over that 12 months, we had a 90% success rate in listing them. One of the reasons why is we get people through the front door. We get people that come because they see, wow, this is a good deal, a good buy. But really the power of the auction is getting them here to experience what we're seeing here. It becomes an emotional decision for them. They fall in love with the view, they fall in love with the look, the feel. There's so much that happens here that the auction is able to produce. And so we're meeting both of those together, and I'm really excited to see what this one
This house
does.
is perfect with all of its history and everything. You walked us through the home and you could just feel the passion that went into building this home
Right.
and making it from a house to a home.
Yes, exactly.
And I think right nowadays there's so much focus on contemporary and everybody wants the cookie cutter and the big open spaces, but this is truly an antique Italian villa, and I want somebody who comes in that appreciates the love and the beauty and, you know, the whole story behind it.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt that you will find that with this auction.
Let's hope.
So Jesse,
Hard not to fall in love,
thank
really.
you so much for bringing us here, and thank you for having us in your gorgeous home.
Thank you
Bob.
for coming.